Happy morning, everybody. I've been thinking, one minute it's summer and we can't keep ourselves cool and we're short of water, and then the curtain that came down between seasons was really quite dramatic and quite sharp. Only in that we had a huge change of temperature. Change of temperature is always upsetting and disconcerting for gardeners. Always has been, always will be. So we never expect that late frost. We never expect that early drought. And we never expect the conditions and the temperatures that we've experienced in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I've heard a lot of gardeners say, "Oh no, winter's here." And it's not. I don't think enough is being made of, especially after the clocks go back, and that can be very confusing. I don't think enough fuss or insight is made into autumn, the autumn season. So let's just look at autumn as a season. Right, so autumn, the season of autumn is actually September, October, and November. Now, September, we generally get the ending of our summer, which is nice and gentle, and the kids go back to school and it starts to rain normally. But this year we had erratic temperatures, which meant that perennials were flowering and budding and roses were still in full swing, and then things got quite chilled and we started to have buds dropping off of various shrubs and roses. Obviously the trees and some of the shrubs were quite tired by this time of year, so they're not looking their best anyway, and they're beginning to mitigate the upset of not having any water throughout the last summer months by leaf dropping. And this applies to evergreens as well. So we've got tatty looking shrubs. If you could just look at those tatty looking shrubs and not immediately rush to tidy them, to re-trim them, to reshape them. They're just going through their natural life cycle. And how we can help with that is to realise that as the leaves start to turn from whatever vibrant green they are to being slightly shriveled round the edges and marked, whether that's by insects or a sharp wind, they do need to stay on the tree, and they will be dropped at the appropriate time of year. So we're talking about trees and shrubs. So over time your shrub or tree will, deciduous obviously, will begin to look really quite ropey. Please, as I say, don't rush to tidy it. Don't rush to re-establish a really neat shape. Let it do what it needs to do, because what's happening is all the nutrients and the food are going the opposite to when they're pushed out in the spring. The tree is reabsorbing through the veins of the leaves and the main stem of the leaf all the nutrients back into itself to get it through the winter. Nature's not wasteful. So it's so brilliant and so well thought out. What happens is over time, which is the autumn season, all the leaves are eventually dropped in a deciduous tree or shrub. This gives us a lovely show of oranges and yellows and reds. And and it's actually the tree refeeding itself, so that no food is wasted, so that no nutrients are wasted, and then it drops its leaves to the forest floor, woodland floor, or garden border.